Dobro Poshavat to our channel. Welcome to our channel. Tarangambadi was a Danish colony between 1620 to 1845. Danish fort and buildings of Danish architecture are the main attraction of Tarangambadi. After 225 years of rule, the Danes sold this land to British East India Company in the year 1845. The Danish fort of Tranquebar was built in 1620. Many shooting 17th and 18th century antiquities and relics from Vijayanagara Empire and Tanjavur Nayak Kingdom, which is authorized and allowed and are sanctioned of aforementioned Danish fort township connected with the colonial period of Danish settlement at Tarangambadi are exhibited. The museum contains porcelain-ware, Danish manuscript, glass objects, and Chinese tea jars, tea title lamps, and decorated terracotta objects, figures, lampstones, sculptures, swords, swaggers, spears, sudai, figurines, and wooden objects. There are also a pot of whale skeleton, a giant sawfish, and rostrum, and small cannonballs here. There is a church known as New Jerusalem Church was built in 1718 by Royal Danish missionary Bartholomeus Zeelbag in the coastal town of Tranquebar, India, which was at the time of Danish India colony. The church was located on the King Street and church services are conducted every Sunday. The church, along with the other buildings of Tranquebar mission, was damaged during the tsunami in 2004 and was renovated at the cost of 7 million and reconstructed in 2006. Construction of Fort Danforth started in 1620. Here many cinema shootings, Tamil Hindi films are taken in the beach and the bungalow nearby. And Dansburg is the second largest Danish fort ever constructed with Kronborg and Helsgård. Being the largest, the rampart wall is a fairly large four-sided structure of bastions at each cardinal point. A single-storied building was constructed along with three inner sides of the rampart with barracks, warehouse, kitchen, and jail. The rooms on the southern side remain in good condition, but the rooms on the western and northern sides have been substantially damaged. On the eastern side of the fort, there was a two-storied building facing the sea. It was the main building of the fort. The vaulted lower story served as a magazine and a warehouse, while the vaulted upper story contained the church and the lodgings of the governor, the senior merchants, and the chaplain. The sea on the eastern and the western side protected the fort. The fort was surrounded by a moat, access to the fort being over the drawbridge. The moat has completely disappeared. Interestingly, today none of the fort doors and the windows have been doors in them. It is believed that during the end of colonization period, Danish ran into financial issues. To make ends to meet, pulled out metal doors and molded them into weapons and sold them. The beach in Tranquebar has been identified as one of the most ozone-rich beaches in the world by the various studies conducted by Danes in 1960 itself and Indian researchers. The ozone content in the air is said to be high between April and July, so do visit. It is a famous tourist spot where many films shootings are taken. However, the presence of the ozone-rich content and the role in the play absorbing hazardous ultraviolet rays coming from the sun remains an unknown fact for most of the locals. Though unaware of its scientific importance, residents say the beach and the fort drives the local economy by attracting visitors. Many shootings are taken, Tamil films, English films and Hindi films are taken here. The famous actor Sivakarthikeyan movie SK20 is a Tamil drama movie by Anudeep and KV AV. They have taken shooting in this beach only. It will be releasing in 2023. Who built the Tranquebar fort? Raghunatha Nayak, the king of Tanjavur, permitted the Danes to erect the fortress at Tranquebar at an annual rent of rupees 3,111. It is the second largest fort of the Danes. The fort is constructed in the Danish architectural styles. Is Tranquebar worth visiting? Tranquebar is a beautiful cultural and architectural mix of a range of different colonies. Tranquebar is a perfect place to be visited as a part of a long trip. Who ruled Tranquebar? Tranquebar has a old world charm that's unmissable. The town was a significant part of Chola dynasty between 10th and 13th century. It was the rule of Pandyas in the 14th century. It is important to as a key trading or the center of established under the rule of Raghunatha Nayak. Okay, what is Tranquebar famous for? The beach in Tranquebar has been identified as one of the most ozone-rich beaches in the world by various studies conducted by the Danes in 1960 and Indian researchers. Which state is called Denmark of India? Denmark, Norway held colonial possessions in India for more than 200 years, including the town of Tranquebar is a present-day Tamilnadu state. Serampore in the present-day West Bengal and Nicobar Islands currently as a part of Indian Union Territories, Andaman Nicobar Islands. Do you know which district is Tranquebar? Tranquebar is Nagapattinam district of Tamil Nadu, India. What is special about Tranquebar? It is the Shiva temple that showcases its exquisite conglomeration of Chinese and Tamil designs. It is located 300 meters from Tranquebar Danish fort, dedicated to Lord Shiva. The 13th century shore temple overlooks enormous views of the beach, making it a picturesque and calm destination to visit. Do you know who ruled Tranquebar? Tranquebar has an old charm that is unmissable. The town was a significant part of Chola dynasty between 10th and 13th centuries. It was under the rule of Pandyas in the 14th century. Its importance as a key trading center of establishing under the rule of Raghunatha Nayak. Who set up printing press at Tranquebar, Tranquebar? The arrival of Bartholomew Zienberg, then 23-year-old, and his elderly associate Heinrich Pruthaschu at Tranquebar on 9 July 1706 was an important event in history of printing press in India. It was Zinberg and the associate of re-established India during the press visit and breathed life into it. What is the meaning of Tranquebar? Tranquebar, whose name is Tarangambadi, means land of swinging waves. Locals in Tamil Nadu, this coastal town is on the Coromandel coast on the edge of the Bay of Bengal. Is Tranquebar worth a visiting place? Tranquebar is a beautiful cultural and architectural mix of a range of different colonies. Tranquebar is perfect place to be visited as a part of a long trip. This is Masala Maninadar Shiva temple in Tranquebar, which is 300 meters away from the Danish fort. Its main building is near the sea. What is the real name of Tranquebar? Tarangambadi, formerly Tranquebar, Danish Tranquebar, pronounced Tranquebar, the town of Mayiladuthurai district.
Seeing awesome cool night view of the bungalow in Tranquebar. See the bungalow.
Here many famous Indian films and Tamil films and English films, Amitabh Bachchan movie all are taken in this shooting location. Here shooting location is famous. Do visit and must visit place for all the people. Did Danes come to India? The Danish East India Company, created 1616 under the Christian for trade with India in Ceylon, had its eye on Coromandel coast in India's southeast for pepper and cardamom. Danish people arrived in Tarangambadi in 1620 for pepper and cardamom. This is famous shooting spots Bangla in Tharangambadi, awesome, super cool, where many Tamil movies are taken in this spot, in this street, and the Tamil movies are awesome, cool, and many worldwide movies are taken here. Street is famous street for shooting street where world famous movies are taken here. It is for rented and maintained.
Hi, this is Masila Mani Koil in Tranquebar, Tarangambadi.
Masilamani Nada temple is more than 700-year-old monument. This temple was built by Pandya King Mayavarman Kulasegara Pandyan I in the year 1306. The temple's architecture is a conglomeration of Tamil and Chinese.